Welcome everybody to practice 3 for the 2026 Formula 1 Belgian Grand Prix. We're back for the final practice session before we get into qualifying, and yesterday's practice was quite interesting. Red Bull topped the session in practice 1, but then Mercedes came back and dominated practice 2. So we'll see how it all plays out now in practice 3. Yeah, welcome in to the watch along. If you're new here, this is how it works. You got my face here, you got the live timings here, you got the session timer down the bottom left, and you got the live chat. Sorry, you got the Twitch chat down in the bottom. So if you're watching on YouTube right now, come join us on Twitch, twitch.tv/Ponden. We're live for every single Grand Prix weekend for every single session, so be sure to join us on Twitch. We'll be live later today for quali. For quali, I keep voice cracking lately. We're gonna be live later today for quali, and we'll be live for F2 sprint race as well. But yeah, FP3 is about to begin. No one gets to the car straight away. It's kind of fucking annoying. My nose is running. I'll be back in 1 second. I do wonder. Alex Jakes just said, Lando's having a tough season, but it probably doesn't matter as much because he's got a championship under his belt. But I do wonder if Lando didn't win the championship last year, what his attitude would be like. So, like, you can kind of tell Lando's, like, annoyed that his car's poo-poo. But he's not, like, he's kind of like, it is what it is, you know what I mean? Like, you know, even that in that article we just read about how he, you know, is spending more time with friends and family, like, he probably feels like he won't be guilty about having a couple late nights or a couple drinks with friends, or, you know what I mean? Like, he's kind of like, you know, chilling out a little bit because he's got that title, and, like, you know, like, he doesn't need to work 110% because he's got that. And, you know, I was talking about this before, about how, like, a lot of people can achieve what they want in life, or, you know, in sports, get that championship, and then they're not at 110% anymore. You know, that's where these older guys kind of get beaten out by the younger guys, because younger guys are on the sim constantly, fully locked in with their diet, locked in with their training, and then the older guys are kind of like, well, I don't need to do that anymore because, you know, I'm Lewis Hamilton, or I'm Lando Norris, or I'm Max Verstappen, and, like, then they can kind of lose form a little bit. And I feel like we're kind of seeing that a little bit with Lando, in the sense of, like, he's got that title, his car sucks, and he's maybe not as fully focused on F1 at the moment as he normally is. Where was I going with this? I forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, so I would have loved if he didn't win the championship. It would have been really interesting to have seen how his mindset would have been this season. But yeah, I guess you kind of look at Piastri, but also Piastri is a way more chill guy. So, yeah. Anyways, what we talk about? Jay Tiri and Matthew Packers. Thank you guys for the follows. On the stream, the hair is chopped today. I am not liking it. Yeah, the chat died right as I was about to get into the watch along. If I was Lando, I'd just keep where I read that. Guna Epidemic. What's up, Far Lives? Oh my god, my chat keeps dying on my screen. It just, like, dude, there's something wrong with my OBS. Submit cheap. I've been watching Free Batters is Muted. It's way better than the commentary. Who are the commentators F1 TV? It's Alex Jakes and Jolyon Palmer, and then David Coulthard joins them for race day and quali, I believe. Or maybe just race day. I think you forgot to take away my VIP. It didn't work, apparently. Or maybe I VIP'd you instead of un-VIPing you. There you go. Oscar's basically that exactly, and he's performing worse than last year. What do you mean, as in, like, he's saying dialed in? Yeah, I mean, yeah. What's up, Vicky? Must be nice to be checked out by 26. Yeah. I don't know, I always said, like, once Lando gets the title, I do wonder if it's going to help him or make him worse. I think it's going to help him mentally. Like, oh, I've got my title, he's going to get his confidence back, his I don't give a fuck back, which is good. But I also think Lando is the type of guy to kind of become inconsistent with his training and his diet and his stuff like that, because he's got the title on his belt. So, I don't know, at the end of the day, he's not fighting for wins really at the moment, so it's not kind of hard to tell, but he's doing better than Piastri, so I need to order food after practice because I'm not eating. Lando's already in his I don't give a fuck phase. Guys, Shadowboy predictions are up. I've got first car out on track. Finally, it is Colapinto. And I think it's right, Cadillac. Should have stayed quiet. Yeah, you should have. But good boy. Good boy for owning up. Sup, Lesoko. Aviation. Dude, YouTube need to get rid of this auto translation. Anytime someone types Ponden in chat, it just renames it to pounds, bro. I can't deal with it anymore. Oh, low-key, I need a poo, guys. I tried to squeeze one out, but it wouldn't come out. But now I feel it. Yuki at the garage, Shadow and Max. Oh no, Yuki's feeling nowadays. It's sad, man. When you think about it, it's so sad that Formula 1 is such a limiting sport. And I know what people are going to say in response to this, but it's a shame that F1 is such a limiting sport that, like, there's only 22 seats in the sport. You know what I mean? You think about football, right? If it's your dream to play in the Premier League, there is 20 teams, 11 players on the pitch, like, however many players in the team. There's so many opportunities to get into your dream sports league, right? And then when you talk about the sport as a whole, F1, football, you got La Liga, you got Serie A, you got fucking Turkish league, Austrian league, A-league. Like, you've got so many different leagues around the world where you can get paid to professionally do what you love, right? Alright, issue on the Cadillac already. But in F1, there's only 22 seats. There's only 22 seats for you to be able to do what you love. And I know someone in chat's going to say, oh, but they could go to IndyCar, or they could go to WEC, or they could go to this, they could go to that. But so when you actually think about it, there's only two top tier open wheel racing series. IndyCar, which has 30 drivers, 20 something drivers, 30 drivers. And then F1. There's only 50 possible job roles or seats or whatever you want to call them in top tier open wheel racing. And you know, like, it must suck for someone like, let's use Yuki for example, or let's use an F2 driver who wasn't able to make it to F1 like Teo Porcher. It must suck that you spent your whole life chasing this dream, training, putting in this work, you know, your family put in blood, sweat and tears, put in money, travel around the world, all that time. Obviously, it's fun. Don't get me wrong. It's a fun life competing in any sport to get to a professional level or like the highest level. It's not like it was all sacrifices only. Like, you're still living the life doing that. But you know, you get there and then, like, for Yuki, I mean, Yuki got a nice 5 years in the sport, to be fair, but Teo Porcher never got it. And it's just like, I don't know, it's just crazy, man, that like you can put all that effort in, and in a sport like an F1, it will never work out. Whereas, like, in football, it might be your dream to play in the Premier League. You might play for a season. You might not ever make it to the Premier League, but you can still play in Championship 2, play in Championship 3. You can still play in German League. You can still play in A-League. Like, you can still do what you love, which is playing football professionally somewhere, if you're good enough. You know what I mean? Like, I know some people are like, oh, you have to be good enough to do that. Yeah, that's the point. If you are good enough. Whereas in F1, you could be for instance, Fornaroli, right? Fornaroli, like, on a reel, is like the 23rd or 24th best driver of 2025. You know what I mean? Like, if you think the 22 best drivers in the sport are in F1, Fornaroli, top of F2. Bro didn't even get a seat. And it's like, that's crazy. Don't believe it. Don't believe it. The Alpine's got even more pink on it now with the Flovers. Bernie Collins looking fine in the pit reporter fit this weekend. Guys, calm down. Man United played today. Man United played today. How is that possible? Kushmani is the worst victim of this. Kushmani? All that to be unemployed? Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, all that to be unemployed. Like, again, achieving your dream in Formula One. Sorry, achieving your dream in anything. Your dream job, your dream sporting career, your dream business, dream, anything, right? To achieve your dream, it is hard to do. But every dream is possible with the right, amount of effort, the right timing, the right luck, the right everything, right? You can achieve your dream. But it's just crazy in Formula One that even if you can't achieve your dream, or you achieve your dream and then your dream ends, like as in you get dropped out of F1, you kind of have to pivot. Like, okay, IndyCar, but other than IndyCar, you kind of have to pivot. Okay, do I want to be a reserve driver? Do I want to go to GT racing? Do I want to go to other racing series? Like, you kind of have to pivot. Whereas, in football, all right, well, I didn't make it to the Premier League. Well, I'm going to play in Championship. Or I'm going to go play in A-League. I'm going to go play in Saudi. You know what I mean? You still do what you love. Oh, I want to work on a movie set. I want to be a director. Okay, well, unfortunately, my director skills didn't work out, but I still get to work on movie sets. You know what I mean? Oh, it's my dream to be a streamer. Okay, well, you didn't achieve being a streamer, but, I mean, you could still stream in your free time, and do it for fun, but you can, work in the gaming world, or work on live sets, you know what I mean? It's like, there's always, like, another place to go, whereas in Formula 1, it's like, unless you're a reserve driver and sitting in the sim all day, which, I mean, maybe you love that, but, I don't know, it's just very different, isn't it? For me, if you fail your degree, it's a retail job. Wait, what do you mean? Oh, like your specific career? I have a dumb idea. Bring back A1GP. That'd be cool. Anth, what is up? It'd be fun if we had like an F1 World Cup or an open wheel racing World Cup. It'd be sick. Or Motorsport World Cup. Man United versus Wrexham. Friendly. Interesting. I guess preseason makes sense considering like a lot of the players are out of the World Cup now, so they're already back into it, bro. Like how? UQ Becky's would have been an actual shot, and now we'll never know. It must suck when you also see a Stroll, a man that looks like he hates his life still because in the sport because he owns his dad. Yep. It's crazy that you can't make a living off of racing unless you're literally the best of the best racers in the world, which would have cost a lot of money in the first place. Yeah, I mean that's what I always find crazy is like you could go to championship. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you could go to Championship 3 or the 3rd division in football, and people are still being paid to play. You know what I mean? Like people are still being paid to play, or you could be a 300th ranked tennis player and still get paid to play because like you just need to place well in one tournament and you get like a decent amount of money. Then you got sponsors and shit on top. Like one good sponsor can get you quite far, and yeah, but in motorsports, like all your sponsor money goes straight back into your career. You don't even get to live off that. Like, yeah. I do even think, like, I do wonder, like, let's use Frederick Vesey example. Actually, that's a bad example. I was gonna say, like, how someone like Frederick Vesey makes a living, but he's not driving anymore. Because obviously he would be on salary with Mercedes. I don't know what his salary would be. If I had to take a guess, maybe 300k. Like, 300k to be a simulator driver, fly to the tracks, represent Mercedes. I feel like that sounds about right. Like, the job he does is probably worth, like, it's a high-end job. Like, being a simulator driver working full-time, it's a high-end job. But then also, like, the on top of that being, representing Mercedes and stuff like that. I'd probably say he gets, like, 300k a year. So he's probably, pretty decently well off. But yeah, like, obviously it doesn't go towards his racing career. But, like, if you're an F2 driver, like, yeah, I don't know. It's weird. Like, if you choose to race, you're just throwing your money away. And that's kind of why you see Yuki or Well, maybe Yuki not so much, but like that's why you see drivers like Frederick Vesti and Jack Crawford and whoever become permanent reserve drivers because like, well, you can get paid to live your life, and then you can do like like Fred does WEC. I don't know how much he'd get paid for WEC, but he still gets to be in the F1 world and travel around the world and be in the F1 paddock and stuff like that. Norris faster but on mediums to Piastri, really? Norris faster but on mediums to Piastri. True. I thought Vesti was going to be what Kimi was, really. Vesti didn't really have an amazing junior career. He's a solid driver, but yeah. And he finished, what, P3 in the F2 Championship? Sup, Chug? Guess they even found a way around Arvid getting the upgrade. Yeah, but sometimes upgrades take a little while to get dialed in, so... I used to play Academy Ball, and I was even getting paid even when then Lafayette, so let alone any other tier of football. Yeah, that's crazy. If you were Ollie Behrman, what would you do? Would you stay at Haas until 2030, till Hamilton retires, or would you give up on the Ferrari dream? Why not both? I don't know. I think I'd stay at Haas. Like, where else is Ollie gonna go? Where else is Ollie gonna go? But like, like, why not both? You know what I mean? Like, obviously, if McLaren, Mercedes, or Red Bull, which are unlikely, approach you to say, "Hey, do you want to drive for us?" You would consider it. And then you go to Ferrari and be like, "Hey, look, I'm gonna go to this team for 2 years. Call me up in 2 years." You know what I mean? So why not both? You know what I mean? I don't feel like, I don't know. Yeah. Like, obviously, you don't be part of the Ferrari Academy anymore, but like, I don't know. I don't feel like, I don't even think Behrman is a part of the Ferrari Academy anymore at Haas. Like, he just had Ferrari links. Like, he's still gonna have those connections at Ferrari and that networking and that, closeness with Ferrari, even if he goes to Red Bull for 2 years. And then if he does well at Red Bull, he can just stay there. I think it's less of a... I think Ollie's in a position where it's less of an Ollie decision. It's more of a Ferrari decision. It's more of a, do you want to lock Ollie in for when Lewis leaves? Or do you want to take the risk that he goes to another team, but you can still sign him after he goes to that team? I think it's more a Ferrari risk than a Ollie risk, to be honest. Championship teams, I think, earn more than Serie A teams. That's crazy. Porsche may be a good example. Yeah, Porsche is a great example as someone who, like, did well in F2, won the championship, kind of went to IndyCar, sucked, and it's like, well, now what? If you're an F1 driver and you had to choose a team to drive for, which team would it be? Well, obviously I love Red Bull, right? So, like, it'd be my dream to drive for Red Bull, but being alongside Max in that sort of environment that Red Bull's had over the last few years, I just don't think would be ideal. Ferrari pissed me off. I think it'd be Mercedes or McLaren right now. I mean, Mercedes' environment, I love Toto as a team principal. I think they're a very locked-in team. I would probably lose my mind a little bit because I feel like I would want to be a driver who is a bit more loose and like push, like, do fun stuff with marketing and, like, but Mercedes would be so corporate, I'd do my head in. So I think then I'd probably say McLaren. But again, if I had the choice of any F1 team, would I want to pick a team that's a customer team? Probably not. I mean, obviously they did win the championship last year, but I don't know. So I'd probably say Mercedes if I had to choose as a driver, you know what I mean? Like, if the question is what team would you want to drive for, it would be Red Bull. But if the question is if I was an F1 driver, which team would I drive for? It'd probably be Merc from like car, engine, team standpoint. I mean, I think that's the easy answer, right? They're the most consistent team over the last 20 years. Or 16 years since I've been in the sport. They're a factory team. Their team environment is great. Yeah. Why wouldn't you want to drive with them? I think if I had to pick a non-top 4 team, I mean, the obvious answer is VCAR because I like Red Bull. Whoa, Perez getting absolutely Well, not blocked, but there's just traffic everywhere. That's scary. What even happened? Why was there like such a big checkup here between like 5 cars? Oh, I never went in the gravel. Oh, okay. I thought that was where the checkup was gonna happen. Excuse me. I mean, V-Cub's the obvious answer because I like V-Cub as a team, but I also think V-Cub would be the best midfield team to go to. Oh, actually, maybe not. I was gonna say V-Cub's the best midfield team to go to because, like, it's a great environment. You've got your Red Bull connections, so you can get promoted to Red Bull. I mean, obviously, I think just the Red Bull, the V-Cub family seems so great. But you are kind of hard stuck as the second team, whereas like Audi or Alpine or Williams or Aston, all of those teams have the potential of being better in the future. Probably wouldn't go to Haas. I don't think Haas have proven to me that they can break out of the midfield. I think Aston Martin obviously have the potential to break out of the midfield with the amount of money they're throwing at them. Being a factory team of Honda, kind of basically a factory team of Honda. And then obviously Adrian Newey. Audi, I would probably pick Audi actually. I think Audi's got the most potential. Like Audi as a brand is amazing. They're a factory team now as well. And I think their environment's pretty good. Probably wouldn't go to Alpine just because of how shit they've been over the last few years, and now they're a customer team. Williams haven't shown to me that they're capable of getting back into the top. So I'd probably go V-Cub for vibes, but probably Audi logistically. And maybe Aston, but I don't know. I mean, Aston was the no-brainer at the start of the season. Like, sorry, before the season started. Like, if you asked me, what team, what non-top 4 team would you go to? Aston. I think 99% of people listed Aston before the season started. Oh, how we were all wrong. I can see Audi really improving in the next few years, yeah. I mean, they're already improving a lot. The fact that a new team on the grid, obviously it's still it was Sauber, but like, you know, a new team, it's not like Cadillac, they're starting from scratch. A new team on the grid, new engine. Like, you gotta really give props to Audi and Red Bull Powertrains for making their first F1 engine. And they're better than Honda. They're better than, am I missing one? An engine? Honda? Is Honda, Audi, Red Bull, Ferrari, Mercedes? Is that it? Yeah. Okay, so better than Honda, and they're pretty close. Well, Red Bull's better than fucking... it's the best engine, apparently. It's so funny, when I talk negatively about Red Bull, a Red Bull engine, I call it a Ford, and when I talk positively about it, I call it Red Bull, because, like, I'm just so in shock, man, that an energy drink this year, in the last couple of years, an energy drink made their own Formula 1 engine and their own track road car. What do you call it? What do you call the RB17? Do you call it a track car? Because it can't actually drive on the road, so it seems dumb calling. Williams upgrade saved them. I don't know, man. I can't believe Albon yesterday. We're in a bit of a rebuild phase. What do you mean you're in a rebuild phase? You've been rebuilding since 2018, bruh. That's a track toy. It's like a wet hypercar. Yeah, it basically is. Audi know how to motorsport. I can see Audi really improving in the next few years, yeah. They're just getting ready to claim pole, you reckon? Honestly, I think if you're comfortable in a team, don't mess around with it too much as it can backfire, yeah. I mean, look at Alonso, right? Left McLaren, then they became champions. You know, Daniel left Red Bull, they became champions. Lewis left Mercedes, they become champions. Like, you can't predict the future, and I think if you're comfortable, you should stay. I mean, obviously, there's the argument Lewis wasn't comfortable at Mercedes, but I think it was more he wasn't comfortable with the regs. There's obviously the argument that Daniel wasn't comfortable at Red Bull with Max being there, but I think, considering how his career played out, he would have way preferred to have been a second driver at Red Bull winning championships and races than being a bum at McLaren and V-Carb. I mean, obviously his Renault stint was good, but Renault never ended up getting anywhere anyway. And yeah, Alonso, obviously, you know, he left McLaren or retired because they were so poo, but if he had hung around a couple more years, they would have been at the top. And that's better than coming back and being at Alpine and Aston Martin waiting for that opportunity. You could have had that opportunity earlier. So, yeah, I think you were right. I think sometimes it is better to stay at the team and, you know, work with that team. I was going to use Sainz as an example of every team he's been to has gotten better, but this year has been kind of bad for Sainz. But I wouldn't take that away from Sainz's career. Every team Sainz has been to has gotten better. Winding Streamers University, I applied, bro, but there was like 2 million applications, so. And some of the people who applied, like some of the people who got applied and it got accepted, oh, had just stopped in the pit lane. Oh no. Oh no. No power for Isaac, or is he just what's happened there? Well, they can at least leave the cars out on track, but the pit lane will close. Yikes. Was it a practice start that caused this? I guess we'll see the replay in a second. What's up, Lorenz? Porsche didn't suck in it, he barely got a shot. See, I don't really know the full story for this, so if you can give me the rundown, that'd be great. But my understanding was that he had only a couple races and he was poo, or like mid, and then, yeah, they kind of dropped him before like fully committing. Guys, I really need a poo, but I don't want to go poo in another practice session. I might quickly go dump the kids off at the pool and then come back. I mean, Hamilton's at the top right now. I didn't even realize that's what you guys meant by that. I think in 2030, Ferrari will switch up both their drivers for Kimi and Bam. And I don't think Kimi's ever leaving Merc. They've supported him his whole career. He's still with the Academy, I think. I guess Bam needs to be careful. He'll end up like Ocon potentially. The upgrade was just sliming down the body, giving more airflow. So Arvid has been faster down the straights. Not much to tune in, just less drag. Honestly, I think if you're comfortable in the team, over at that. To be fair, they did get the Honda engine in the team when Honda left. Well, yeah, but they still had to work as Red Bull powertrain. That was their decision, you know what I mean? It's still an energy drink brand. Like, how do I word this? Like, I don't know. If correct me if I'm wrong, but like, let's say Facebook buy a company and then over 5 years that company survives and gets better. Do you then go, oh, well, Facebook didn't do anything, that was just the original company's work? Or do you give the praise to Facebook for supporting that company and making it better? You know what I mean? And that's kind of how it like works with the Red Bull engine of like, yeah, you can sit here and be like, oh, it's only good because it was Honda, but Red Bull still, it just broke. As we're talking about the Red Bull engine, Red Bull was the one that chose to hire those half those staff, you know, build the facilities and build up that engine over 5 years. It wasn't just like a 1 year requirement. It was, you know, it's been, it got announced in what, 22, 23? Probably even earlier than that. It was 22. When did Red Bull announce they're making their own engine? When did Red Bull Racing announce they were making their own engine? Wow, 2021 February. Red Bull Racing officially announced they were setting up their own division, Red Bull Powertrains, on February 15th, 2021. Yeah, so 5 years ago. Over 5 years ago. Alright, where's Kibby gotta go? Finally getting a lap time in, and well, my timings are ahead. Up to the top by 8/10. Yay! Did Mercedes bring upgrades this race? What was the race Mercedes were bringing upgrades? Was it this race? It took time to get a while to get good when Alonso left McLaren. Oh yeah, it did take ages, so yeah. Hot take, Danny would have challenged for the title on Red Bull. I don't know, it depends on your definition of challenge. I think he would have been more challenging than Perez, but I don't think it would have been a challenge for Max. My hot take, and I don't even think this is a hot take, I think this is just a fact. Well, it's not a fact, but I think my opinion is I think Max wouldn't have won the 2021 championship if Daniel was at the team. Because Daniel would have taken away enough points from Max to have make him lose the championship. But then again, the argument could be he would have been good enough to beat Lewis in some races that Lewis wouldn't have got enough points, so maybe it would have balanced out, who knows, but he would have affected the 2021 championship put it that way. Did Nico Rosberg have to pay for Kimi in a racing category once because Toto just didn't pay the full amount? I've never heard that story before. If you find that, please link that. Why is Hedger on the timings? He just broke down in the pit lane, retired from the sesh. Daniel couldn't even challenge 21 Lando. Yeah, but that's a different car, man. That's a different car. We're talking about, you know what I mean? Like, this whole conversation came from, like, the whole being comfortable at a team. And, like, Daniel was comfortable in that Red Bull car. He just wasn't comfortable being the second driver at Red Bull. And wanted a new challenge. But then again, you know, maybe him and Lewis were on the same boat of, like, not being able to drive the... Well, no. No, Daniel wasn't fine. It wasn't even the new regs, was it? He just fell off when he moved to McLaren. It was weird. I think he really lost his form, man. The thing is, something I really, like, deeped yesterday for the first time was when I went poo. Jolien and Alex Jakes were talking about form. They were talking about form on the commentary. And, like, form is such a big thing. Like, obviously, for people who don't know, I come from Counter-Strike. I play Counter-Strike competitively. That was, like, my kind of sport, I guess you could say, that I grew up playing and, like, dedicating my life to and, like, training and, like, you know what I mean? Like I also played football growing up, but that was more, like, as a kid. And form is such a big thing in Counter-Strike. Like, you can lose your form so quickly. Like, you see players, like, they'll pop off for a few tournaments, and then they completely lose their form. Or even one tournament. Like form is such a big thing in Counter-Strike. Form meaning, like, you're in form. Like it's a common saying in sports. So you're in form, that you're playing well, you're locked in, your mindset's good. It just flows, right? Confidence is flowing, like, you're in form. But in Formula 1, like, form isn't really used. Like, no one really talks about form much. Like, I think there's first off just so many variables in Formula 1, like different track. So, like, if someone has a string of bad races, it's not, oh, they're out of form. It's, oh, they just didn't suit those tracks. Or, you know, oh, it's the car's not good or this. Like, form, I don't know. I feel like the word form doesn't really, like, get used much in Formula 1. It's either you're shit or you're good. And, like, you know, if Max has a bad race, it's like, oh, well, that was just a bad race for Max. Or if he has a good race, it's like, oh, he's a good driver. And I didn't really think about it until yesterday, like, how, like, form still exists in Formula 1, and I don't know why it's not a more used term. Like, you know, we can sit here and say Lewis Hamilton didn't like last regs, and that's why he was bad. And I do think that's the answer. Like, he really did suck at those regga cars, and I think that is the main reason. But he was out of form. Like, you know, he came off of the devastating 2021. He then got thrown into new regulations as an older driver, and he couldn't adapt, and you kind of saw that spiral, and his form completely depleted, and now he's back in form. And, you know, some people, Lewis Hamilton fans, LH44, will be like, he never left, see, he never left. And it's like, well, he did leave. Just because he's back doesn't mean he didn't leave, you know what I mean? And then other people will use 22 to 25 to say, like, oh, Lewis's career is poo because that 4-year stint or whatever. But, like, there's nothing wrong with being out of form. You know what I mean? Like, as long as you get it back. I mean, Pierre Gasly's probably an example. Pierre Gasly might be the most formed driver on the grid. Like, coming into Formula 1, kind of building up potential at Toro Rosso, then getting promoted to Red Bull the next year, and then the spiral happened. Obviously, we all know that the second Red Bull seat is cursed and whatnot, but that form of like, oh, like, he's finishing behind Max. Oh, he's finishing way behind Max. Oh, now he's crashing. Oh, now he's dropped. And then he went to AlphaTauri, and boom, like, instantly saw that form coming back. 2021 Pierre Gasly, peak Gasly, and then kind of in 2022, like, didn't really give a fuck. Or didn't really do much against Yuki. And then I can't really remember what happened after that, but then like really finding his form again in the last few years. Like he's I think he's a prime example of like when he's comfortable, he is in form. And when he's uncomfortable, he's bad. You know what I mean? And like Pierre Gasly gets a lot of stick for like, oh, he sucks or he's good, but it's like, I don't know, I think it's just like his performances really matter depending on how his mentality is. Yeah. And I guess this whole conversation stems from George Russell. Like, is he in form at the moment, or is he just actually being challenged for the first time in his career? But I don't think that's true, because he obviously had Lewis Hamilton in 22 to 25, and he had Kimi last year as well. So, you know, the conversation is Russell just out of form at the moment? Is it just a spiral? Like, is it kind of like Jolien was trying to say? Jolien's comment yesterday kind of annoyed me though. He was like, ever since China qualifying, Russell's been out of form. And I'm like, how can you say he was in form for one race, Australia, and then just instantly say he's been out of form since? Wouldn't that just mean, like, he just had a bad season? Like, that makes no sense. I don't know. But I do agree with Jolien. Like, it kind of, like, he started off the season, like, I got a car, good. Mindset was good. Australia was good. And then, boom, as soon as we got to China, it was like, oh. And then it's just been a spiral since. It's gotten worse and worse and worse. We've obviously seen little glimpses of Russell being good. But, like, it's not been the same Russell. It's not been the same 2019 to 2025 Russell that we've seen. And I would say he's out of form. But other people just go, oh, he's not good. He's shit. He's not a championship driver. He can't beat Kimi, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, you know what I mean? In football, you'd just say Russell's out of form. In Counter-Strike, you'd just say Russell's out of form. But in Formula 1, it's just, he's shit. I think we need to start the trend of actually bringing the word form to Formula 1. I think it would solve a lot of problems. Remember the whole ordeal with Porsche? Surprised Audi came in? Yeah, but Porsche were weird. Porsche wanted to only buy one of the top 4 teams, and Red Bull was the only team that even gave them a glimpse of that. 100% super subjective in F1. Yeah, I mean, F1, there's so many variables why you can have a great or a horrid race. Yeah. Yo, but I was watching highlights of previous years with your Justin Bieber hair. Can you whip it out sometime this year? Sure, mate. How's it going? Cut up? Shout out to Justin Bieber hair. I think there's more Nikita Mazepin hair, but yeah. Off-form / on-form terminology just changed. Piastri last year was a good example. Hadjar has been... Yeah, Hadjar... Yeah, it's true. Piastri at the end of last year was a great example of, like, his form completely dipped after Baku. But again, people think there's a conspiracy. They were favoring Lando. He got the upgrades, blah, blah, blah. He was just out of form, bruh. He just completely lost form. As soon as he crashed at Baku, the pressure was on and he just lost it. And that's what I was trying to say. Sorry, I know I've already rambled about form for a while. But what I was trying to say was... I've experienced that feeling of like, I hop on Counter-Strike and everything feels great. Like I feel comfortable. I flick and it hits the head and I click and it hits the head. And then I play a match and I feel good and I feel mentally good. And then a week later, nothing's clicking. Like I feel like I'm in a slump. Like I can't aim properly. Like I can't, you know what I mean? And it's like, why can't that happen to F1 drivers? You know what I mean? I've experienced that, and it's like the same thing would happen to F1 drivers where they just hop in the car and it's like, bruh, like I'm braking at my normal point. Why is it not turning in? And you can make, and again, there's so many variables to F1. Like, whoa, almost I crashed there. There's so many variables in F1, so it makes it hard to just be like, I'm out of form. You can blame the car, you can blame this, you can blame the track. But yeah, I think at the end of the day, like, you can literally just wake up one morning and then it just doesn't click anymore. Ponden's 21 form will never be forgotten. Shut up, mate. Actually, last year was a good example. Albon is in form even though he is nowhere near points. He hasn't crashed in a while. I keep seeing hate for fucking Albon lately. Not hate, but like saying like that man sucks. Genuine question: have we ever had a duplicate of a podium this whole year? Nope. I ain't watching Argentina cheat tomorrow in the World Cup. This guy. I guess you got a bit lost in his problems on form of his live. No, 100%. Liam's 100% in form right now. Alright guys, I'm busting for a poo, so I'm gonna quickly go poo. Again, second poo during a session. I hate doing this, but my stomach is all over the place at the moment. I will be back in a minute. anyone know why does anyone know why Snapchat's notifications are so fucked at the moment? What just happened? A lot of understand web. I wonder what Stoffel Van Dorn is doing right now. Isn't he in WEC? WEC or Formula E? A moment of love. Whoa! We cut to Lindblad off track. Wash your hands? Of course, bro. You think I am? Long ass shit. How long was I going for? Rename these to poor longs. Dude, I rarely leave during watch alongs. But like, last 2 days I've needed to. My stomach's so messed up at the moment. A moment of love, a dream. Piss stop says shit stop. You know it, don't forget. Do you mean you're not getting notifications? No, I get notifications. Like, it'll be like a notification. Wait, is there one on my phone that I just, or did I swipe it off? Yeah, like, look at this. Will you guys be able to see it? Wait, am I going to leak anything? Wait, here we go. Here's Avi going off track. A little bit understeer there. Like, it will be like a picture of someone. Like, Maddie. I don't have a Maddie on Snapchat. Blake, someone you may know is on Snapchat. And it's like, I don't know. Like, it would just be like a picture. Or you'll get a picture. It'll be like, I don't know. It'll be like a girl. And then it'll be like, Bethany just posted. And then you click on it, and it's just like an OnlyFans fucking chick. It's just like, I don't know what the fuck's up with Snapchat. And before any of you go like, that's just you, little bro. No, because I've spoken to 2 other people, and they're getting the same shit at the moment. Like, the Snapchat notifications, it's just telling you that, like, random people that you don't even follow or have added posted, and then you click on it. It's just like OnlyFans fucking pages. It's I just don't get it. Like, why are you sending me notifications for something that... Like, it's like ads. Like, it's like, why are you sending me notifications for something that I don't want? Like, it's not. A notification should be, like, something you want. Like, even, like, GoPuff. Did you see the GoPuff one? Oh, 3rd place final match. Do you want to order some food? No, I don't! Actually. But then if you turn GoPuff notifications off, then you're not going to get notified when your driver arrives at your door. So you're just forced into having these dumbass notifications on your phone. Random people in stories, yeah. It's so dumb. It'll be like, it'll be like the icon will be like a little lock, and then it'll be like, just for you, baby. And then you click it, and it's an OnlyFans model. It's like, what the fuck? You can turn those specific notifications off. By the way, that'd piss me off. Can you though? Because last time, was it Uber? There was one app that I was like, I'm sick of this. And I went to go turn them off. And my choice was to either turn off all notifications or not. Ordering food for a 3rd place match is a new low. Dude, honestly, this weekend, maybe because I was fried yesterday, but this weekend's made me realize how much I love sprints. Sprints every weekend. Imagine one sprint decision. Boom, sprint quali. Boom, sprint race. Boom, normal quali. Parc Fermé's opened. Honestly, I think the sprint format's great now. Parc Fermé opening up after sprints, great. I used to not like sprint qualies or sprints because you'd get the same result. Now we're seeing different results in sprint qualies, sprints. So, yeah. A moment of love, a dream. So Hamilton goes up to P5. Okay, 3/10 between the top 5. Did I miss anything important while I was at the toilet? So Norris only a 10th off. F1 having weekends like F2, well, like sprint races. I mean, yeah, but I think reverse races that's getting too far. Whoa, big snap for Kimmy. Snapchat settings notifications scroll to section called public content from suggested creators unchained. You're not a big fan of sprints, not gonna lie. Generally increase allocations and make every other race weekend a sprint. Yeah, actually, after this, let's go through the calendar and let's decide which races we'd make sprints and which ones we wouldn't. Because some don't need sprints, in my opinion. A moment of love, a dream, a love. Yeah, I need some slipstream. Let's prepare for quali. Ooh, Lewis gonna be the sacrifice for Charles. Lol. Sambar, what's up, dude? Oh, we should watch Conden's new video as well. Oh, we need a fantasy team. Why my finger bleeding though? Yeah, people are really starting to push now. You can see everyone's like pushing the limits, making mistakes, trying to find the limit. Charles seems off it again. Yeah, what the hell? He's way down on Hamilton right now. I mean, he did just fuck up his push lap, so here we go again. Colapinto goes up to P13 ahead of Gasly. Wow. Bottas moves ahead of Williams and a Haas. Oh no. Oh no, it's just a bus stop. I thought Charles was breaking down. These cars are so sexy, man. This is the best looking Ferrari since, honestly, the 2000s. No cap. I love this Ferrari so much. The glossy red, the white. I don't like the onboard, it's too white, but like, oh, it's such a great looking car, man. Yeah, I mean, Ferrari said they were going to be bad here. So I expected this. But Ferrari also said they're going to be bad at Silverstone. Then they fucking won, so. Madrid sprint in the first year might not be the best idea, although not going to lie, the chaos. Wait. Is Madrid a sprint? No, absolutely not. Well, that's an example of we wouldn't need a sprint in Madrid. A moment of love. A moment of love. So Max is quicker to sector 3. Alright, come on, Max. Push up here. Give us some hope to end. One of the worst parts of the cars of the barge boards has chicken wings behind the front tires. You don't like those. See, I was literally just looking at them going, damn, that makes the cars look so aggressive compared to last year's cars, which didn't really have barge boards. KBC is the strongest and looks the most possible for pole, but it does look like we could get a battle for, and Max is fucked up. We could, it does look like we could get a battle for P2, obviously minus Lando. 258th appearance for Nico and F1 makes him top 10. Wow. Hot take, if we had the 2023 Ferrari livery on the 2026 car, best ever. Is that the one with like the black thing at the bottom? Yeah, I don't mind that. I was thinking like that Ferrari was pretty good. Give that Ferrari a white nose and looks old school. Old school McLaren. Oh, old school McLaren. I thought of Vodafone McLaren there when you said that. I don't think we're going to get any difference here in timings. Alright, practice almost done. We're going to get into fantasy and F1 predict after this, and then we'll watch some videos. We've got F2 sprint race, and we've got build up to quali. Oh, I feel so much better today, guys. Other than this, like, fucking snotty in my nosy, I feel good. Although still haven't gone to the gym in 2 weeks. I feel like I'm going to... Guys, yo, any gym goers? Am I going to lose all my gains? Am I going to be weak as fuck? Or am I going to be, like, extra strong because my muscles are fully repaired? 7 tenths down. Wow, they clear 4 tenths off Hamilton. He just doesn't look comfortable, man. Now, he is out of form. Yo, Charles in the garage as well? Big lift. Oh, is he gone? Oh, and he's crashed. Oh my. That is not a good way to end the session. I saw someone type "Oh Lewis" in chat and I was like, is he about to crash? And then, oh my god. Yeah, he should stop. He should stop. He should stop. That's surely fucking everything up. Wow, that's not a great way to end the session there. Same as Gasly yesterday, but not as bad. Bro, we literally just cut off the Ferrari crew. Wow. Rare mistake for Lewis. We don't see that from Lewis often. There's like pushing too hard at a practice session. Obviously trying to find the limit. Yeah, rear wing is gone, rear tire's gone. So what's happened? Oh, the helicopter cam was on it. So what's happened? He's just understeered out wide, had a snap, boom. That wall, bro. They need to push that wall back. Oh. It's such a weird spot because, like, even if you correct it, you're still ending up in that wall. Wow. Oh, that's the end of the session. Wow, that's a little bit of work to do before quali. That should be ready. That should be ready for quali. I don't think that'd be a gearbox change. Yeah, 2 hours, 30 minutes. That car will be ready, but I think it's more like you're not going to be able to go out into quali knowing if everything's fixed. And like once you go out into quali, that's when you'll know if everything's fixed, and that's not ideal. So your first lap of quali is kind of like feeling what the car's like after being repaired, but then also the mental side of things of like your last lap was a crash. So yeah, everyone's going to come in now. Looks like they're still going to do practice starts despite there being a car broken on track. But yeah, Lewis's first crash of 2026. Well, guys, that wraps up FP3. Yeah, be sure to stick around. We've got qualifying later. We've got F2 sprint race shortly. We're going to do F1 fantasy, F1 predict. We're going to be doing plenty of different stuff, so stick around. But let's do a rundown order. So Stroll, last again, 5 tenths off of his teammate. And then a big jump up to Cadillac. Yeah, crazy, man, how far Aston are off the group in front. Then we've got Perez, beaten by Bottas again by 4 tenths. Ferrari, but most importantly, Bottas ahead of Sainz and Ocon. Then we've got Ocon. 8 tenths off of his teammate, Sainz, 7 tenths off his teammate. They've got Bottas, Albon, Gasly, basically tied with Colapinto. They've got Behrman, Colapinto, Lawson, 6/10 off of Lindblad. Now, is that finally the upgrade showing on Lindblad, or was that just a poor lap from Liam? They've got Lindblad. They've got Hadja. Quite low down, 1 second off of his teammate. He was on the mediums, though, and Hadja also did have the issue where he broke down in the pit lane. Then we got Bortoletto and Hulkenberg. Dude, these two love holding hands, man. These two just always next to each other, the timings. They've got Piastri, 6/10 off his teammate. Leclerc, 4/10 off his teammate. Lewis crashing at the end of practice there, but good time. Russell, 4/10 off his teammate. Max, Norris, and Antonelli separated by 1/10. Let's play out the predictions. Well done, everyone who got Kimi Antonelli correct. As we wait for everyone to come back into the pit lane. But yeah, man, it's so crazy how far Piastri, Leclerc, and Russell are off their teammates the last few weeks. Lewis crashed. He did. What's up? Money makes the world go round. Love the stream, dude. Same top 3 as FP2, no? Is it? That's pretty good though. That is if those two are in the fight with Kimi. Leorchek, thank you so much for the 5-month resub with Prime, dude. Really do appreciate support for 5 months, man. Thank you. Busy Friday, what's up, Trent? Lewis knew it was a boring session, so I wanted to get some people talking. True. Do you think McLaren should return to silver and red? I would love that. But I'd like their branding at the moment of the part papaya. I think they would. I'd like if they added a little bit of chrome into that papaya, though. We want rain tomorrow. I don't think it's going to rain. It is quite cloudy at the track, though. Quite overcast. I'm surprised that they're still letting them do these practice starts and stuff with Lewis broken down on the track. Or do they come into the pits on the right here? Do they come in backwards? Or was that just at the end of the race? Drone cam's back. Not the quick one. I'm so surprised Lewis' car is just sitting there. Maybe. Well, look at all the trucks. The fuck? Where's the next session? What time is F2? Oh, yeah, let's check. F2. Well, quali's in 2.5. F2 is in probably an hour. Oh, 38 minutes. So 10 is 45. And then 30. Is that 15? Yeah, 15 past. 15 past. Alright, so F2 shortly. Alright, guys, that is it for FP3. Thank you all for tuning on in. If you enjoyed, be sure to follow down below. We're going to be staying live on Twitch, but YouTube, we are going to end the stream there. Come join us on Twitch, twitch.tv/Ponden. Linked in chat. Yeah, if not, be sure to subscribe down below. Be sure to like the stream. I will see you guys later on today for Quali. Bye-bye. Actually, no, we're going to stay live on YouTube, actually, for a little bit while we do our fantasy and watch some videos. May as well. Okay, let's close that down. Let's get into fantasy time. Linda, you make me shiver. Linda. I always forget if I should end the YouTube stream or not, because I did, like, copyright stuff. Bam, bam, bam. Alright, let me get my fantasy notifications out. Oh, fuck. One day forever. Carl's nearly hit max? Wait, what? What did I just miss? You make me shiver. Alright, fantasy notification out. Let's get into fantasy. Alright, so when we come back, it will be no timings, no session timer. How many laps for F2, guys? 40. Hell no, it ain't 40. Don't lie to me, fam. Oh, they've actually got a proper schedule now for F2 on their website. Oh, they don't have the lap count. It's actually 18. Page you're looking for is not available. Alright, let's try fantasy. Oh, I don't know what to do, bro. I don't know what to do. So, this is my team last week. So, V-Carb's best of the rest. But Franco's looking good as well. I actually don't mind this team. Maybe I want to swap out Hulk for someone. Let's go on, I wanna go now. Can I afford anyone else now? No, still can't afford. Oh, Gabby's gone up in price. Is he? Colapinto's expensive. Still can't afford Gasly. Hulk's just so cheap, bro. He just needs to stop retiring. If I could afford Gabby, I'd be really happy with this team. Low key. Can't afford McLaren. I mean, the other option is to go V-Carb Mercedes with a big boy driver. Nah, I think I'm sick of the team. I think the two constructors is the play. Where's Colapinto? I don't know. I feel like Fry's not good this weekend, but I can't really afford anyone else. I mean, I could do this week. I could do this. I could do that this week. But Red Bull, Ferrari, Red Bull. Maybe this week it is better to go with a V-Carb and like a Max or some crap. Maybe it is better to go with that this week. I'm not gonna see. What do you guys think? Because Ferrari and McLaren both have a stinker driver, is it worth going Kimi Lando with V-Carb? Wait, low-key, this team's fire. I thought I could afford Gabby there for a sec. That's a big V-Carb sandwich, though. Could do that. Wait, no, I'm doing this team. Lando grid pen, but you're not gonna lose points for him getting a grid pen, and you're only gonna make up positions for him. You're only gonna get points for making up positions. I actually think I'm gonna do that this week. But this is like DNF heaven right here. Can this update? I need this to update. Yeah, I'm confident with Lando here. Fuck, I hate Hulkenberg, bro. I do like this. I might go with that as opposed to this. Because I think Ferrari, like Charles is going to let them down. Lewis just crashed, so who knows what's going to happen with them. And like, yeah. It's just the V-carb basket I don't love. Wait, how much is Hedger? Wait, let me just try something real quick. Because these guys all have grid pens, so they're going to get a lot of overtakes done. I wanna go. Low key. Low key. Winner. Overtakes. Decent. Good. Well, oh, maybe not so much, but I don't know. I don't mind that. Yeah, autopilot could be a shout this week. I might actually do this. Yeah, I don't like the Ferrari either, but I can't afford anyone else. The other three constructors are too expensive. This is one of those weeks where I think the drivers will be better because of the overtakes they're going to do. Hi. Unless I super duper cheap out. I like this team actually. I think I've cooked her. Because I'm not going to take any minus. And then I can apply the autopilot chip. Depending on which one of these three. Like the Hedger's the dark horse here. Because Hedger's got the grid pen. Does Hedger do qualifying? Yeah, I think. Well, it doesn't matter. He's going to start at the back of the grid anyway. But I think he does because he wants to help Max with the toe. I don't love the Ferrari constructor here, but like it helps me get these three, which should be like the winner, and then these two make it up positions. Like if these guys both start last and finish in the top 10, that's 10 points. No, how many points is that? Race positions gained, 2. Race to overtakes. So if they get 10 positions, that's 20 points each. Yeah, I think I'm doing this. Liam or Arvid, though? Arvid was better than Liam. Maybe Arvid this week with the upgrades? I had both of my team last week, so I'm not going to lose a point for them. And that frees up a little bit of... Oh! I could do this and just put fucking Bottas in my team or some shit. I could do that. How about instead of Merc, I put Mac? Oh, wow, I can afford Perez. Oh, no, but then I'll take heaps of points, won't I? Do you get the overtake bonus? Oh, you also get it for the constructor. Race overtake bonus. You don't get the position gain, you just get the overtake bonus. Oh, no. Oh, you also get it for the constructor. Hmm. Hmm. I can't do that. Bonbotlat. Hmm. Yeah, I can't do this either. I'd take way too many points. Oh, -10's not bad. Nah, I think I'll keep Ferrari. Wait. No, then, because that's what I wanted to... Fuck off. Ah. There's a lot of options here. There's a lot of options. Yeah, Audi constructor's risky. But it means I could get that Merc in there with these guys. With Liam. Wait. What if I just did V-cut? What if I just did... Yeah. Fuck. I think you're gonna get a lot of points on Lando this week, man. I think we're really gonna get a lot of points on Lando this week. Arvid or Liam, guys? Has this updated yet? Arvid beat Liam again. And pretty convincingly, too. Oh, but then the Audi were up there. Yeah, I don't know, bro. This is tough. You make your life easy. Well, good one and one shit team. Got 3 teams going, all slightly different. Should we go Liam? Fry when Ham crashed the car. Well, yeah. Why did it just lock that team in? Oh, it switched it. Hello, wakey. A moment of love, a dream, a laugh, a kiss, a cry, a rock, a moment of love. I'm thinking this team, to be honest, lads. You know what? I wish I could just pick 4 drivers, bruh. I wish I could just pick 4. I don't need a 5th. I don't want a 5th. Apparently you can now say Twitch clip that. And it will just clip something for me. Let's see if it works. Wait, what do I have to say? Yeah, Twitch clip that. Let's see, did it make a clip? Twitch, clip that.
Wow, red mode really helped. Yo, Mr. DD, chillax, bro.
Did it work? Yo, Mr. DD, chillax, bro. Oh! It did work. Where's the audio, though? Hello? Where the fuck's the audio? I'm thinking this team, to be honest, lad. Oh, I was lip syncing. Wait, was I lip syncing? I'm thinking this team, to be honest, lads. You know what? I wish I could just pick 4 drivers, bruh. Apparently you can now say Twitch clip that. Damn. What the fuck, bro?
Imagine I just like swallow you like that.
A moment of love, a dream, a laugh. Someone asked what remix this was. That was John's one. Hey Jarvis, clip that. Audi and Trojan horse again. Oh, I don't know what to do, guys. I think this is the best fantasy team. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Plus fastest lap. 10 positions gain. 10 positions gain. That's 20 points each. 20, 20. That's 40 points. That's a cooker. I really think McLaren could be a shout as the constructor. 72. So either way, I have to have a bumhole driver, so... Ah, it's minus 10, bro. How was I doing this team before? Was it with Ferrari? It's a Ferrari. I think I'm forced to have Ferrari, guys. It's not ideal, but beggars can't be choosers. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying, diggity dog? Well, it touched me free. Alright, Liam Hulk or Arvid Hulk? Liam or Arvid this week? Arvid looks better. Arvid looks better. I'm gonna go Arvid. Can I afford anyone else other than the Hulk, though? That, but then I'd take -10 or some shit, don't I? Yeah. I mean, Hulk, as long as Hulk doesn't die, he should be okay. Like, they look better than VCAR right now. Well, the other option is we go Audi. And then we can afford Liam. Or we can afford Merc and Hulk. Right, there's too many choices. Merc and Audi, Ferrari V-Carb. Ferrari V-Carb, Merc, Audi. I think Merc's going to have the winner and the better of the... Yeah, I think both Merc drivers will finish higher than the Ferrari drivers. Audi is risky with the DNFs, but they could also cook because they're looking good this week. Yeah, bigger DNF risk. Or do you reckon go McLaren? No, I can't go McLaren. I'll take too many points. Let's go. Okay, we're going Arvid because upgrades. Where's Arvid at? Arvid! And then Hulk. But I got 3.2 mil left over. That seems whack, bro. I think that's the best I can do. 3.2 left over, it seems weird, but... Surely Hulk can't retire 17 weeks in a row. Surely not. Surely not, right, guys? Surely not. I like this. I think I'm happy with this. Winner. 10 positions gained. 10 positions gained. Solid pick. Solid pick if he doesn't retire. Best team. Other than McLaren because they're going to get a lot of points for Lando, but I can't do that because I would take -10. And then unreliable but could have a good result. Look at that. They've not had negative points for a while, so I think I'm happy with this. Then, do I do autopilot because we got 3 potential drivers with a lot of points? Do you think I use autopilot? I actually really like this team. I think I cooked. Why are you picking Lando with the penalty? Because he's not going to lose any points for the penalty, but he'll gain 10 positions at least, and that's 10 points per position and 1 point per position, 1 point per overtake, so could get over 20 points. But then again, I could pick this team and they all fucking retire, so... We're into my world. Alright, let's do our F1 predict while we keep deciding on a fantasy. Predict the podium for the Belgian Grand Prix. I think it's going to be Kimi. I'm going to go Max, Russell. Applied chip. I mean, Russell looks off the pace, bro. I loved you once. Which driver takes pole position? Kimi. Who qualifies highest for the Belgian Grand Prix? Ooh. Colbinto look good at FP2. But I'm going to go Bort. Which Racing Bull... Will Racing Bulls get both cars into Q3? Ooh. That's tough this week with the Alpine and the Audis there. I'm going to say no. Because of the likelihood. Which team will set the fastest pit stop of the race? We'll go McLaren. I don't know. How many classified finishes? Not really a track heavy crash heavy track. Let's go 18. Which of these teams will score the most points? Ooh. Let's go Red Bull just because I think Max will get a good result. And then hopefully he had just scrapes enough points. Most positions gained by a driver in the race. Well, can I do 10 plus? Is that over than or greater than 10? Yeah, Lando or Hedger are gaining more than 10. If they don't die. Who will set the fastest lap of the race? We'll go Antonelli. Will we see a new Belgian Grand Prix winner? Both Ferrari drivers have won at Spa. Neither Mercedes driver has. Max has won. We'll go yes for Kimi. I think I'm happy with those. Let's lock them in. Alright. Should I lock this? What do you guys think? Autopilot or no? I think I'm going to autopilot because I don't know which one of these three will get the most points. Kimi could get it because he's the winner. Lando could get it because of points. I think it's really rare this season I'm going to have more than one good driver in my team. Like, I'm breaking the norm not having the 2 constructors this week because of the pens. Autopilot. I still haven't used my 3x. Alright, autopilot. Done. Confirm. Alright, we go. Locked in. I loved you once. Why do it twice? All of my teardrops, they are crystallized. Oh, on my wow. Audi the only stinker? Yeah, oh yeah, what was I gonna do? Oh yeah, my poo team. Alright, poo team time. Poo 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 poo. And then probably Ocon still. And Williams look bad too. Yeah. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Ponden. Like the river. Leaked admin chat? Where? Alright. Fantasy done. Predict done. Let's get back to scrolling Discord before we get into F2. So we're back to Thursday, 9th of July. Because yeah, we missed a lot of stuff over the last couple of weeks. Instagram's new update was the biggest thing to happen. Lando, can't park there, mate. Said don't come back without the sprint podium. Stole my dad's socks. He found out the socks. Wait, you can caption each photo now? Wait, what? Yeah, F2's in a minute. Nathan, think we're blue. What was I gonna do on my phone? I literally opened my phone to do something, then I got distracted, like as per usual. Literal brain rot brain. Oh yeah. Wait, so you can do a caption per post? Whoa! Wait, does it work on web? Look. Look at the caption. Silvo shots. Bro said don't come back without the sprint podium. Can't park there, mate. That's sick. That is cool. I like that. Save the blue. How he's so creative, bro. How is he so creative, man? How's Lando to be so creative? Can't part there, mate. Bro said, don't come back without a sprint podium. Stole my granddad's socks. He found out about the socks. Yeah, been pretty busy today, pal. Salt Bay Brit, adding more fluoro to the fluoro. Well, hey, that is actually class from Lando, I can't lie. That is actually class. I would not be able to come up with all of those. That is funny as fuck. Some more BTS from today. Points scored this season. Kimmy, 179. McLaren, 179. Best of the month winner. Hamilton's first Ferrari win. Yo, Gasly, what are we doing, buddy? Kimmy with all the Ferrari crew. Want a vague post. We saw that. According to various sources, Carlos Sainz Sr. would have held negotiations with Audi representatives at Silverstone. These moves are unsettling some people at Williams. Yuki Tsunoda has positioned himself at a replacement for the Spanish driver in case it happens. Okay. I believe it. Believe that until I saw Yuki. Inside Liam Lawson's life away from Formula 1. We're going to watch that at some point. Better economic conditions. According to sources close to the matter, Max Verstappen's entourage would have presented Red Bull with a series of demands. Better economic conditions, deep review of Red Bull's organizational structure, changes in the technical department. They demand that Mekis and Washe assume direct responsibility over Verstappen's feedback. What? Max feels that the engineers don't listen to him and that the development isn't in line with what he asked for. Okay. Jens Button, current Aston Martin ambassador, on why Adrian Newey would love to work with Lewis Hamilton. Lewis really likes a car on the nose. He can drive a car with a lot of front grip, which is the dream. It's something that Max is very good at. When Adrian Newey built the Red Bull, he said backspin front wing is the most downforce, so Max learned to drive like that. Lewis is the same. He can drive a car with a lot of front grip, and some other drivers can't. I don't think that George can. He's very smooth. He wants it precise. Really? I feel like Lewis likes it precise as well. He wants a stronger rear, like I would have when I was racing. These cars wouldn't suit me at all, but Lewis is definitely suits. Interesting. Yeah, we've got 4 minutes. We have 2 starts, guys. Spotted today in Amsterdam, Max Verstappen's manager Raymond Vermeulen and father Jos with former Red Bull top executive Helmut Marko. What was discussed there is not known for Verstappen's future in Formula 1. Right, maybe they're just catching up, man. Maybe they're just catching up. Madrid has completed its first F1 track session 2 months ahead of the Spanish Grand Prix. The prancing horse has already made its mark on the circuit. Pretty sick shots there, I cannot lie, fam. You will never believe who just made an appearance at Goodwood. I'm so glad I got to see this in person. The debut of Lightning McQueen on the Goodwood circuit. Colapinto announcement is very close. Franco's continued contract with Alpine through to 2027 is considered all but certain. An announcement is expected before the summer break, likely in Hungary.
Good afternoon. My name is Russell, and I am a wilderness explorer in Tribe 54, Sweat Lodge 12. Are you in need of any assistance today, sir?
No.
Okay. How does an F1 TPC really work? Oh wait, I read that Red Bull Friday. I was like, well, how is this max? Okay. How does an F1 TPC really work? Ferrari is set to bring a significant engine upgrade anytime within the next 5 rounds. This will further help Cadillac. Red Bull is looking for a what? Red Bull driver. When I applied to 100,000 LinkedIn postings and now I have to replace Max Verstappen, I'm scared. Okay. Gasly was done with the FA. The 2026 British Grand Prix ended in confusion after Max Verstappen's late crash brought out the safety car on lap 51. Pierre Gasly was initially told the safety car would come in, setting up one final lap. Just seconds later, Gasly's engineered a a completely different message. The safety car was staying out with no more racing laps. Blah, 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 blah. Wow. As Pierre Gasly crossed the finish. What? Waffle. The F3 season finale just got bigger. FIA Formula 3 will hold a 2-day in-season test at Madrid on the 24th to 25th of August, followed by an expanded weekend format of our final round in Madrid, featuring an additional qualifying session. Wait, I'm confused. So, F3 is going to Madrid now. Was that not initially planned? So they're going to Madrid. And they're racing on the same weekend as F1, or they're racing on a different weekend? Am I tripping? It was always planned. Wait, but that's different. No, it's a different date. Oh, official test announced in August. Additional feature race. So 2 feature races. Okay. So F3 was always going to Madrid, right? And now they're just adding an extra race. Okay, okay. So an extra race. Additional qualifying, additional feature race, and a second feature race. Damn, that's crazy. Okay, Madrid's popping off. Heaps of race in there. You got F2, F3, extra F3 sessions on F1. Cool. So I guess F2 decided to go to Canada and Miami instead, whereas F3's, this is them making up for the Bahrain round. Cool. Okay. James Vale's on the situation with Williams. Never let a good crisis go to waste. The amount of changes we have made put us in a very good situation for the future. And I don't think we would have made them if we'd partially succeeded in this in winter. Okay, so here's the weekend format. Saturday, sprint race. Points down to 10th. Feature race, points down to 10th. Feature race, points down to 10th. Okay, fastest lap 1 point. Pole first in qualifying, 2 points for fastest lap. Pole second in qualifying. Oh, pole for second qualifying, sorry. Okay. Luke Browning and Lightning McQueen. I got my photos with Lightning as well. They'll come out one day. Ferrari drivers that would run a race under a safety car. Michael Schumacher, Charles Leclerc. End of list. Okay. Bad Tobby.
We're going into a car.
Oh, you're going to be with us? Oh, great. Oh. That's something. Wow. Okay, Tommy, we're about to do an F1 Pirelli hot lap. Massive thank you to Mercedes AMG Petronas Formula 1 team and Doritos. We're about to have an experience of a lifetime.
Kimi Antonelli is right
What the
there.
hell was that
Please
logo?
tell us he is driving.
No way. Oh my God, we're going to the car.
No way.
Nice
Nice to meet you, man.
How you doing, guys?
How's it going? We're good. We're
Going
good.
in your car.
We're going into a car.
Oh, you're going to be with us?
Yeah.
Oh, great. Kimi Antonelli is taking us round.
I can't believe it. I was not ready
You've
for
done a
that.
naughty thing here.
That is incredible.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Tommy loves King.
I do.
Doritos have brought me here to taste the thrill. Can you please just send it? I'm so excited. Yeah, don't worry. Oh, yes.
Taste the thrill, guys.
Forget track limits! Oh, we don't care about that. We don't care about no strike for that one. Why's the cone in the track? I don't know. And that one! We're going to be
I'm going in.
Good luck!
Thanks, mate.
Oh my God. Tommy's going to come out and probably cry, so let's keep an eye out for that one.
This must be one of the best tracks for it. Yeah, absolutely. Every bit of the road. Oh my God.
Double apex.
Absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you, Doritos. Thank you, man. That was incredible. I tasted the thrill. It was incredible. Let's do it again. Let's do it again right now. Come on. Let's go. Thanks, mate. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Like, Tommy's been in, well, both of them have been in the sport for so long, but Tommy really gets to do stuff like that, so it's so sick. I spoke to Tommy on Thursday just after this happened, and he was like, dude, I got to do a hot lap with Kivy. It was so sick. So yeah, you love to see it, man. You love to see it. All right, F2 started a sec. F2 started a sec. Let's get into the F2 watch along. All right, guys, YouTube, we're gonna end the stream there. Be sure to subscribe or like down below. I'll see you guys later for quality. Come join us on Twitch.